Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are going to be doing these nails today. Well, I'm going to be doing a digital design of them. And wait, did you see it? Focus on the nails. Yeah, these are my thumbs. And then in part 2, I'll actually show you how I do my own nails. I'll be linking part 2 here and in the description box. This is a poly gel. But let's just get into the video. Okay, so I want to start you guys off in the very beginning. Let's say you just downloaded your files from Etsy and you just linked your Google Drive to your Files app. I'm going to go to my Files app and I'm going to find the Google Drive folder and look for the nail templates I like. I'm going to be using the Ultimate Single Set Nail Templates and I'm going to be looking for Short Square. Inside the individual PNGs folder, I can find Short Square and click the share button, scroll over until I find Procreate and tap on it. This is going to send to Procreate, and once it's done doing that, we're going to go into the Procreate app and go to our gallery. We'll find the Short Square nail templates there. Now I'm going to go back to my Files app and I'm going to tap on the Ready to Plan Procreate file version of the single set nail templates, and this will be on the gallery as well, and this is what it looks like when I open the layers. This was designed for people who are not used to Procreate, very new to Procreate, and don't know how to set the layers up. I decided to set the layers up for you and have all the nail templates there ready for you to explore and plan and learn all in one artwork. So as I expand the group, you can see all of the nail templates are in there, and to reveal what's on each layer, you tap and hold onto the check mark. I'm going to show you quickly how to do that, just scrolling through a bunch of random ones. And I'm going to short, going to the toes. But basically, if I wanted to use short square nail templates, I would duplicate it and swipe that duplicated version up to on top of the group. And I would delete that old nail template. I would choose my color and fill the nails where it says fill here. Once I'm done filling, I would go to the layer that says design here. This one is on a clipping mask, and you'll notice because it has an arrow on the layer. On the left side of the layer, you'll see a tiny arrow. That's how you know it's on clipping mask, and everything you draw will fit within the nails. So I'm going to add a new layer. And I'm going to set this opacity, I'm going to set the opacity to 60%. And I'm going to use the general pen. The size of the pen is 15%. And I'm going to draw shine on the top left corner of the nail. Using this hex code, I'm going to go over to my aura brush on a new layer under the shine that I just did. And I'm going to go ahead and stroke on the tops of all of the nails just to give it more of a realistic look, and it makes it look a lot more 3D. This is how you would set up your nails. I just want to show you, just in case you're watching this and you're a beginner and you don't know how to do everything. Now, if I wanted to use my nail templates separate from this artwork, let's say if I like to save a lot of my artworks, or if I create a lot of them, I can pull the nail template I want out and put it onto the gallery. I like to keep them in this group. I call it single set nail templates. And this is what it would look like. It's just one nail template and you can work on it freely, and it's separated in its own artwork. And if I were to go back to the original, it's still there. It's not gone, it's just a copy and paste. So you can use that parent file indefinitely. Anyway, now let's start on the nail design. We're going to set this layer to reference, layer 1. We're going to add a new layer on top, and we're going to fill the nails in layer 2. This is the hex code I use for my base colors, but I wanted to change it a little bit to match my polygel, so I'm going to go over to hue, saturation, and brightness, change my hue to 53%, my saturation to 28%, and my brightness up to 52%. On layer 5 that you see on the screen, I'm going to change the opacity to 15%, and on layer 3, I'm going to change the opacity to 60%. Layer 4, 5, and 3 are all on clipping mask, pointing to the base fill layer. Anyway, going back to the layer that is 15%, I'm going to set my color to black, and I'm going to use the general pen. The size of the pen is at 100%, and I'm going to swipe on the right side of all of the nails to create a shadow. Now I'm going to set my color to white and change the brush size to 15%, and the opacity of this layer is 60%. And I'm going to add the shine on all the top left corners on all the nails. I created 5, duplicated it, and swiped it into the bottom layer so that I wouldn't have to spend time drawing all of them, all 10 of them. So I'm going to add a new layer on top of layer 4. These are the gels that I'm going to be using in my main design in addition to black. But these are all from Madam Glam, and I just wanted to show you just in case you were interested. You will see in part 2 anyway, so whatever. But the reason why I have them here is because I'm going to create like a swatch card for me at the top screen, just so that I can easily color pick. So I'm going to do that quickly, and then once I'm done, we'll get into the design. I'm going to be starting with the French tips. It is now time to start the nail design. I'm going to select this ivory color, and on a new layer, I'm going to use my French tip brushes, specifically the shallow one, to draw the French tip. I'm going to draw this on the middle fingers, the ring finger, and the thumb finger. I'm going to duplicate this layer, and the lower one is going to be set on alpha lock. You can tap on the layer and click alpha lock, or you can swipe to the right with 2 fingers. I'm going to fill the layer with a dark brown, and I'm going to take it off of alpha lock to Gaussian blur it. This is going to separate the French tips from the background color of the nails, because as you can see, the colors are very similar and we need them to pop a little bit more. With this brown, I'm going to set the nail templates on reference and fill 4 of the nails. After I'm done filling, I'm going to add a new layer and get the I'm going to get the iridescent brush from my nail artist brush set, and I'm going to use this light orange color. But the problem with this brush is that, or at least for this nail design, is that it's iridescent brush, so there's more than one color in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the brush and duplicate it. I'm going to tap on it to get into the brush studio. And I'm going to go to color dynamics and turn hue all the way down to none. That way it'll only paint with the color selected. I'm going to use this brush on the ring finger, the pinky, and both of the pointers. After I'm done with this, I'm going to add a new layer and choose a brown, just a rich red brown. And I'm going to use my aura brush to go around the nails. Now this is going to add some depth, so basically in real life, I painted my nail with that clear glitter gel polish, and then I went on top of it with the jelly brown polish. So these layers of dark brown and black that I'm going around the glitter nails with is going to give that same effect, basically. And I don't know if you saw, I didn't mention it, but I went back to the glitter layer and turned up the saturation. Just because, like, you know, when you have brown on top of gold, it's going to make it a deeper, richer gold, right? So yeah, I did that. But I'm going to add a new layer now. I'm going to work on the tortoiseshell nail, and I'm going to use black with the aura brush. I'm going to use different sizes to get different size circles. I'm using like a light pressure and building that up a little bit. But yeah, it looks really cool. I like how it just looks exactly like how it looks on my real nails. It's really cool. On Instagram, I taught you a different version of how to get the same thing with the blend modes. But this is just more straightforward, you know? But it's more like steps also. So, well, actually, it's the same amount of steps. But anyway, we're moving on to the gold star nail now. So on a new layer, I created this cross, and then I'm going to create like a diamond shape in the middle. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to actually take the nail templates off of reference. And I know I've put it on and off reference often, but it's required. That way I'm allowed to fill just the diamond and not the full nail. And then I'm going to, on top of this shape, I'm going to add a light line and 2 dark lines around the light line. And then I'm going to blur it, because that's going to create a gold effect. So I'll show you right now. I have this layer selected, so the only place you can draw on is this layer. So I'm going to have the light line now in the center, and then I'm going to get a dark brown, and I'm going to go on both sides of that light yellow color. And then I'm going to Gaussian blur it, and that's going to look gold. Super cool, no? So I'm going to merge these 2 layers and duplicate it. The bottom one is going to get set to black. I'm going to turn brightness all the way down. And then I'm going to Gaussian blur it and tap my cursor tool or transform tool and tap to the bottom right corner. Turn the opacity down a little bit, merge it, and then duplicate it so that I can slide it into the pinky nail, because why make it twice if I could just make it once and duplicate it? You can really see how fast this all goes by. We're almost finished. The nail design started at 5 minutes or so, and we're at 9 minutes now. So what, only 4 minutes went by? Anyway, I'm using like a light orangey-ish brown, and I'm creating vertical ombres on the thumb and on the pinkies, and also on 2 of the French tips. The reason why, actually in real life when I was doing my nails, the same brown I use on my pointer finger and the same brown I use on those ombres that I'm doing right now is the same. The only reason why I'm using a lighter version of that brown in this nail design is because it's a jelly polish. So the color, like first 2 layers are pretty light until you get to that dark brown, especially if you're ombreing it, you know? So yeah, it just looks a lot lighter in real life when you have less layers of a jelly color, especially a dark jelly color. But anyway, on a new layer, I'm creating my tiger French tips. And I'm actually really excited because I'm going to be coming out with a new brush pack soon that is, I'm going to call it vintage. I'm not sure what the name is going to be, but it's going to be something along the lines of vintage. And it's going to be like 90s and 2000s nail art motifs. But yeah, I don't know when that's going to be coming out. I haven't started working on it yet, but it will be out soon. I'm really excited. Anyway, we're almost done with the design. This is like the last step. So I'm going to grab like this muted orange color, and I grabbed the metallic brush from Frost and Wonder, and I'm just creating these gold nail charms, just these gold circle nail charms. And I'm going to be putting that in different sizes on the tiger stripe nails and on the French tip nails. And that's basically it. How was this tutorial for you? How did you feel about following along? Let me know what I should improve going forward in the future. I'm really excited about getting back into YouTube. I want to be more consistent with it. For now, I'm going to say every Fridays there'll be a new YouTube video. Hold me accountable, please, because I want to really do this and teach you guys. But that's basically it. It was a very fast 5 minutes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that helped you, and happy planning. Bye, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm actually like really excited to get back into YouTube for 2026. Yeah, I'm super excited.